I am Mr. Chandrakant Kisan Bosle, working as assistant professor in GSRH COE Nashik in Mechanical Engineering Department. I am going to present um, the subject Green Transportation for Environmental Sustainability under 1 month FDP program arranged by DY Patil College of Engineering, Akudi, on environmental and sustainability for open education for a better world. So, let's start with what is green transportation. So, green transportation is nothing but an eco-friendly travel. The transportation system which has low carbon emission, greenhouse gases emission, which is environmental friendly and also for good for our health. So, motivation behind to choose this topic is the first greenhouse emission by using the conventional fuel. So, greenhouse emissions and air pollution are the major criteria due to which from conventional vehicle the carbon dioxide are the main cause of global warming. After China, the United States, the European Union countries, the Russian Federation has the CO2 effect. India is the fourth with 6% contribution of CO2 emission. According to the Ministry of Environment and Forest report, toxic emissions are contributed by road transport, aviation, railways and navigation. So this graph represents the increase in CO2 emission millions of tons from 1990 to date 2030. If using the conventional vehicle, it will be the 8,000 millions of tons CO2 emission by 2030 year. So this is the first motivation, the emission of a greenhouse gases from the conventional vehicles. Second motivation is the increasing oil prices. So from the updates of commodity online, oil imports during the April October are valued at near about $95,569 million, which is 9.9% higher than the oil imports of $86,887 million in the corresponding period of last year. Today, over 80% of India requirements of petroleum product is being imported, which is likely to increase continuously. And we know that day by day the prices are increasing of a crude oils. Now third is the extraction of natural resource. Production of crude oil is extracted from the natural resource and increasing the liquid fuel consumption causing hasty extraction of crude oil throughout the world. In 1980, extraction of crude oil was less than 200,000 barrels per day in India and becomes 782,000 barrels per day in 2011. Now you can see the large difference from 1980. Crude oil production per day is increasing day by day. India ranks 24th position in total crude oil production in the world. India's petroleum production per year is very less, so another reason we are going to import the crude oil day by day from the other countries. Now next is the import and dependency of oil energy. So world uses petroleum and other liquid has increases from 85.7 million barrels per day from 2008 data to 97.6 million barrels per day towards the 2011. Various studies reveals the despite rising fuel prices, use of liquid for transportation increasing by an average of 1.4% per year or 46% overall from 2008 to 2035. Despite of slow global economy, India's liquid fuel demand continues to rise. In India, vehicle ownership is expanding, so the petroleum demands also. India's domestic energy resource base is substantial. Still, country relies on imports of considerable amount of energy to fulfill its demand. Now, what is the solution? So green transportation. Now be, beside this, also by using the conventional vehicles, we have the some environmental impacts that are divided into three categories. First is the direct impact, which is due to the immediate consequence of transport activities on the environment, which are visible or seen by the eyes, and which are the noise. Examples are the noise and carbon monoxide emissions. Now second category is the indirect impact. So these effects due to the transport activities on environmental system more often on higher consequences than direct impact. For example, the particulates emitted from the internal combustion engine, which affects on the respiratory system and the cardiovascular system of human health. So this is the indirect impact. Now third is the cumulative impact. So additive of direct impact and indirect impact are the called cumulative impact, and which is due to the transportation activities using conventional fuels are climate change with complex cause and consequences. That is nothing but the global warming is the cumulative impact. Now here are the some pictures which showing the impact of transport. The first is the climate change. So, change in climate has become a global environmental problem. The emission of greenhouses gas bring a long-term change in the entire climate system. Carbon dioxide is the most significant gas affecting the climate. Other important greenhouse gases include methane, nitrous oxide, certain stable chlorines and fluorine compounds, primarily HFC, FC, and silicon tetrafluoride, along with the ozone. Transport makes a considerable contribution to the greenhouse effect and represent around 27% as the report of 2015. Now next, the effect is called the air pollution. Now, due to the transport activity has a range of emissions like nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide and black smoke. The growth of transport sector is also damaging to the air and which causes the human health issues. Now next, the third picture is showing the noise pollution. According to the World Health Organization, noise is the second only to air pollution in the impact it has on health. Transport noise can cause sleep disturbance, cardiovascular diseases, elevated hormone levels, psychological problems, and even premature death. Now this last picture is showing the urban landscaping due to the heavy transport network. The transport networks have become a commonplace feature of the country's landscape. They connect people, boost economic activity and provide access to key services. But they also introduce the barriers between natural areas while their use emits pollutants and introduces non-local species to ecosystem. Now everyone gets to benefit from good transport. So which makes the environmental friendly transport, that is the green transport, as a new solution. So by using green transport, the first impact, we can conserve the energy. Transport sector, we have studied, transport sector makes up to 30% of global energy consumption as per International Renewable Energy Agency, that is IRENA, in 2016. And how to achieve this green transport? The roadmap is having three routes. The first one, increasing the electric mobility. By using the electrical vehicles, we can going towards the green transport. Now second, the developing the sustainable and affordable advanced biofuels. And third one is the exploring the emerging technology solution and innovations for emerging transport modes. So the first route, that is electrical vehicle, we are going to discuss about the some points with the electrical vehicles. Now electrical vehicles are the now famous ones, and why they are famous? Because of their function is very simple. It consists only electrical battery packs that provide power to run all the vehicles onboard electronics and including its motor. And to charge this battery, it required the specially charging stations or through use the normal outlet. There are also electrical vehicles classified into hybrid vehicles, which contain the gas powered engine, fuel tank and transmission of a traditional gas powered vehicle, and the battery pack and electrical motor of an electric car. So it uses the two power sources. One is the conventional engine and second is the electrical battery, which supplies the power to the motor. Now by using electrical vehicles, there are some advantages. First advantage is the lower ongoing cost. So by using the electrical vehicle, the running cost by using electrical vehicle is going down. Second is the reduced carbon footprint. So no emission takes place from the tailpipe of the vehicles. So it reduces the emissions. So these are the eco-friendly and which reduces the carbon emissions and hence the carbon footprints. Next is the low maintenance needs. So it consists only simple parts, that is motor, battery system and onboard electronics. So parts are very less comparative to the conventional engines. So it requires the low maintenance. Now high quality performance. So electrical energy we can conveniently convert into the other form of energy. So it having the high quality performance. So efficiency is better than the conventional vehicles. And next is the more convenient. So it having the less noise and we can use very conveniently than the conventional vehicles. Now there are some disadvantages of electrical vehicles, that is initial cost. I think this is first barrier to reduce the electrical vehicle use, that is initial cost. Initial cost is higher than the conventional vehicles. Second, it requires the more charging time than the refueling tank of the conventional vehicles. And third is the driving range. Nowadays the driving range is averagely near about 200 to 300 kilometer per charge, So we want to improve that these three factors by developing the batteries, highly modified batteries, so which reduces its cost. Second, which also reduces the charging time and which should reduce the driving, which should be increased, sorry, driving range. So use of electrical vehicle will be. Now, the electrical vehicle scenario. So, Norway is the country which uses near about 49% of electrical vehicle in their countries. Now, according to our discussion, the great progress has been made in battery technology which can increase the EV uses. Based on the moderate growth scenario by 2015, electrical vehicles could represent more than 60% of new sales and constitute up to 25% of the global car fleets. Now, in India, we can see the electrical vehicles could account only close to 1% of the cars market if compared to the other countries in the world. That is near about 1,75,000 cars by 2017. So this is very less uses of electrical vehicle in India. And for green transportation, I think the use should be increased so we can protect our environment. Now, this is the one solution, that is electrical vehicle. Now, what will be the another alternative possible solutions? So, hybrid vehicles, already we have discussed the vehicle with two sources. One is the electrical energy and other is the electrical conventional engine. One is the electrical motor and battery, and another is the conventional internal combustion engine which powers the vehicle. So to reduce the emission we can use the hybrid vehicles. Second is the hydrogen vehicles. So now fuel cells is the new technology which converts the hydrogen into the electrical energy. Now, third is the solar vehicles. So now the electrical energy, suppose we are going to applying on the roof of the car, and that solar energy is going to electrical energy is the another possible solution. And some suggestions are the using the day by day alternative transportation, that is carpooling, van pooling, using public transportation. Best way is the bicycling and walking and running. These are the some alternative options for green transportation. Now, this daily guide for green transportation, this pyramid showing the first we have to increase the walk. So walk for short distances which keeps us the healthy and energizing, so which having the zero pollution. Now second, go by bicycle, so which reduces the petrol consumption and keep you again healthy within the shape. These are the some advantages by using the bicycle. Now third in this is the public transport. So prefer public transportation which is having the affordable cost and which is also using the which can we say that environmental friendly choice. Now next is the carpooling. The carpooling is a great way to share cost of fuel and parking also. It breaks the monotony of the daily communication. So carpooling is the best way again we can use in daily routine. Next, you have to use the less vehicles, means your own cars to traveling. And last is the flights. So if your trip is very necessary, then you have to use only flights. Now other tips day by during the daily routines to improve the efficiency which reduces again emissions from the conventional vehicles. These are the during vehicle driving you have to avoid quick acceleration and heavy braking. So quick acceleration and heavy braking causes the increase in fuel consumption. Near about it increases the fuel cost near about 15% due to the quick acceleration and heavy braking. Now next is the idling of vehicle. Idling means no load on engine and engine is running. That condition is called idling condition. Unnecessary idling pollutions requires the rich mixtures, and these rich mixtures causes the air pollution, wastage of fuel, and causes excess engine wear. So at the signal you have to stop the engine to reduce these effects. Now next is the drive smoothly. So drive smoothly is the another. If you drive smoothly, stop and start driving is much less efficient and more polluting than driving at a constant speed. So stop and start again requires the rich mixtures which causes the pollution. So these are the more pollutions which causes the more pollution than driving at a constant speed. Now whenever you are going to driving the vehicle, the speed limit should be 90 km per hour, which uses 25% less fuel than the driving at 110 km per hour. So if you drive within the limit, it also consumes the less fuel. Next, if you are going to travel under the 70 kilometer per hour, so you can keep the windows open, so you can switch off your ACs, and which also saves the fuel consumption near about 10% by switch off the air conditioning system in the vehicle. Now regularly check the tire pressure. So if tire pressure is the less, which increases the fuel consumption by 3%. Now next is the services and maintenance of your car regularly, so which again reduces the fuel consumption 50% less than the non-maintenance or service vehicle. Now, use a clean diesel vehicle for group trips. So diesel vehicles are the less pollutions than the petrol vehicles. So generally you have to use for group trips, that is clean diesel vehicles. Now this is the some tips and some guidelines towards the green transportation by reducing the fuel consumption. Now what is the India's policy towards the green transportation? So here I have mentioned the some policies which is offered by, which is going towards the green transportation in India. That is, first is Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transportation, which is short form is the AMRUT. So one of the objective of this scheme is switching the public transport towards the electrical towards the constructing facilities for non-motorized transport. Now next is the green urban transport. So green urban transport scheme, the government is formulating scheme to make the cities greener and more eco-friendly. The government is working on this scheme for transportation in 103 cities, have more than 5 lakhs population, that would be promote the use of hybrid and electrical vehicles and non-fossil fuels among other for the public transport. The scheme purpose the construction of pedestrian pathways, cycling tracks, public bike sharing, bus rapid transit, that is public transportation, intelligent transport system. Next is the green highways. Now green highways, the initiative towards the sustainable development by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Next is the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. So the government has developed a National Electric Mobility Mission Plan for 2020, which propose to the incentives to the adoption of a green vehicles and facilitate domestic manufacturing capability in the automobile sector. And government also providing the subsidy in the form of exemption of duties on parts of green vehicles. Conclusion of this presentation is that the green gas emission by combustion of a oil, price, dependency and import of the oils from the other countries motivates to me to find a new solution. Next, the impact of the conventional transport system which causes the air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution with the effect of climate change on the environment. Third is the green transportation is the possible solution which causes the environmental friendly, which is the environment friendly and which reduces these pollutions from the vehicles. One possible solution uses of electrical vehicles with solar energy electricity generation is the best way for the green transportation. If we use the electricity which is produced by the coal, so which again increases the carbon emission. So that's why with solar energy electricity generation is the best option for the green transportation. And last but very important, we can walk and cycling for the short distances which we move towards the green transportation. And in last slides we have discussed about the various different schemes where the India going towards the green transportation for its best future. And thank you so much for the patience listening. And now this picture, bicycle pictures, in each part it gives you the suggestion, that is, for example, in handle it's showing the sell your car now, freedom is costing, can you how about to week. So you can observe this picture and think over it. And thank you so much for patient listening. Thank you.